Okay, so if you are still working on your shapes drawing, I want you to just put it to the side so you can pay attention to what we're doing here. Right? Everybody has a different set of cups, right? Technically, it's all the same set, just at a different angle. Come on, focus.
What number pencils are we using?
Okay. All right. So all I did was I took a pair of some cups, I hot glued them together, and then I just put them in different directions and took pictures. Typically, you guys would have these cups sitting at your desk, but with the barriers, that made it very difficult. So I had to make the best out of a hard situation. So you guys will be using your 4H pencil starting out. I'm going to use a darker pencil because I have to draw a little bit darker for you guys to see. I will go over all of these different compositions that everybody has. So don't feel like just because I'm going over one that you won't get to see yours. I will try to do yours as well. Alright. So the first one I'm going to go over is this one. Does anybody have this one here? Okay. Alright. So when you draw a still life, the first thing you got to do is decide the orientation of your paper. Because you want to be able to draw your still life as large as you can without having a bunch of negative space. Because do you want to have to draw all this negative space? No. The bigger your objects, the less negative space you have to draw. So in this composition, I would put more of a landscape because it's kind of the same height and width. So I could do probably either one. But I'm going to do landscape. So I just want to do a quick little drawing to decide how large I want to make these cups. Now when you draw the cups, yes. Oh, it's froze? Okay. So when I draw the cups, I want to pay attention to whether the edge of the cup looks like a complete circle or if it's more of an oval, depending on your viewpoint, okay, or depending on your eye level. So this one isn't quite a circle, it's more of an oval shape. So I draw the edge of it. I'm just drawing the first little cup that I see, and this is the one I'm drawing, guys. I also see some lines on the inside, so I want to draw those. And after I draw my sketches, I can go back and I can refine my drawing. What does refine mean? What do I mean by refining my drawing? What? Gotta talk a little louder. You could darken your lines, but you need to take your eraser and erase those sketchy lines and make it more of a shape. Right? All those little lines that you see on the side of your cup, you're going to have to draw. Part of the edge of it kind of sticks out a little bit. You guys are using your 4H because you want to keep your lines really light so that way you can erase. I'm drawing with a darker pencil so you guys can see it. Alright, then I'm going to go to my next cup and start sketching it out. Now, if your cups look like they're folding in on each other, that means the rim of it's not in the correct perspective and you need to adjust that oval shape. So I had a couple last hour that were drawing and they're like, well, this doesn't look right. And it's because they made the top of their cup too round on the inside and it wasn't really that round. You guys are going to have a couple days to do this. I I won't be here tomorrow. You guys will have a sub because I have to take my daughter to an appointment. I may let you guys continue to work on these. I haven't decided what I want you guys to do. I have a video that you guys can watch on Pixar, but I'm going to decide what I want you guys to do. Please behave for the sub. Make sure you guys sit in your assigned seats so that way they can take your attendance and not count you as absent. So all I'm doing right now is I'm just sketching out my shapes. Now somebody asked me last hour, since the cups are white, do I have to shade them? What do you think my answer is? Yes. No matter if it's a white object or not, what is it going to have when the light hits it? You're going to have shadows. You're going to have shadows where the different cups are overlapping. It's going to be darker. So for example, in this one, it's got a dark rim here. It's got a dark rim here. There's a shadow where the light's not hitting it here. There's a shadow where these cups are overlapping. There's a shadow under here. There's all kinds of shadows on white objects. Because what color were your shapes that you guys just shaded? What color was that sphere and cube and cylinder and cone? They were white. They just had shadows. These are a little bit of a brighter white, and it was a brighter light, so they're more of a white color, but they still have value. Okay? So there's the first sketch of the first composition. All right. Does anybody have this one here? Okay. So again, this one is going to be landscape. Guys, let's put the food away. Put the food up. We're not eating in here. We need to be paying attention. Alright, so it's the same thing. It's going to be landscape. This one has a lot of open edges on the cups. So I'm going to start with that middle cup. I want it to be the largest. I want to have a nice focal point here. I can see the edge of the cup here underneath. So I want to make sure I include that. I've got the bottom edge of the cup I can see. And then there's a ring on the inside. And then I just keep going. I know I'm going through these fast, guys, but I just kind of want you to get the gist of how to sketch out your composition of your cups. Just make sure you guys are paying attention to what you're seeing and not what you think you see. Because yes, you know the cup is round on the edge or on the inside. But does it always look round from your point of view? No. And I've got a good sketch going for this one. So now I'd be ready to go back and refine my lines and start shading. Now your background's going to be the darkest area because it is black. Your cups are going to be the lightest. Okay, does anybody have this composition? Okay. So again, it's going to be landscape. I'm going to decide where my cups are going to go. Try to take up most of your space, guys. If your cups run off the paper, is that okay? Yes, it's okay if it runs off. Do you have a question? And where you see little writing on the cups, you can just make little squiggles. You don't have to try to write out that exact writing, because I know it's hard to see. Okay, so there's that one. And then this is the last one. Does anybody have this one? With this one, I would do portrait style because it is taller than it is wider, and you can get a good size on this. So all I'm going through is I'm just drawing my contour lines. My cups may run off just a little bit. That is fine. I just want that nice close-up composition of this cup. And it's okay if it looks messy at first. Okay, this is called what we call a gesture drawing, where you're drawing everything out quickly to get the placement of all your objects. So that way you don't spend so much time trying to figure out your composition. And then I have a nice little sketch of these cups. Okay, any questions? Alright, so everybody should be drawing their cups, and we'll have a couple days on these. If you're not done with your shape value drawing, get that finished and get that turned in.